This video covers Review 5 over graphing linear functions, pages 1 through 3. So questions 1 and 2 are related to the graph over here, and they are asking for the domain in question 1. So domain covers my x values. So when I look at this dot, my x's are moving to the left, and they start at 4. So my x's start at 4 and they are moving to the left. Now for x's, as I go to the left, this is 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. So they are getting smaller. So my x's are going to be less than 4. They also could equal 4 because there is a filled in bubble on that spot. My range deals with the y's. So my y's go all the way down here to -4. So they go all the way down to -4. And then as I frame my graph, they move up. So y's, when they move up, we're at -3, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are getting greater than or could equal -4. Problem 3 asks me to find the slope of the line through the given points. So in my calculator, let me see if I can pull up mine. In my calculator, I'm going to use the stat edit abilities. So my x's are 3 and -1. My y's are 6 and -4. So with my calculator, I'm going to follow those stat calc steps. So I'm going to click stat edit. And I'm going to type in the numbers that I have, 3 and -1, 6 and -4. And then I click stat. Actually, those are my steps. I click stat, scroll over to calc. Option 4. Enter a bunch of times, until it tells me A is 2.5, which is the same thing as 5/2. Those calculator steps, specifically those calculator steps, will be shown in a separate video if you would like to see that worked out. Problem 4, when I set up my x's and y's, I have 6, 2, and -1, 2. So I'm going to go stat enter, 6 and -1, 2 and 2. And I click stat calc 4, and it tells me that my A or my M is 0 because my Y's are the same. Now, problem 5, they asked me to identify the key features and sketch the graph. So you can identify some of the features, sketch it, and then identify the rest, or start out just by sketching it. So I'm going to start by graphing. I start graphing where my B value is 2. So you could put that your y-intercept is 0, 2. And that is something that is written from your equation. My slope is 5/3. My slope is whatever number is directly attached to that x. So from this point, I go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right 3. 1, 2, 3. And I draw a line. I can also go down and left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And so as I connect that line, I can see the sketch. Now my y-intercept and my 0 are closely related. This y-intercept looks like it's like -1.2-ish. This is just an example. So when we write it, we write -1.2, 0, and then the actual 0 is just that number with no point attached. So remember that your y-intercept and your slope can be seen directly from the equation, but your x-intercept and your 0 come after you've graphed it. So problem 6, when I graph this, I start at my y-intercept, which is -3, also known as the B value. And then my slope is -3/4, directly attached to x. So from this blue, I go down 3, right 4, and draw a dot. Down 3, right 4, draw a dot. I can also go up 3, left 4 to continue that line. And there's that line drawn. So my x-intercept and my 0 come after I've graphed it. It is crossing at the point -4, 0. So my 0 is just -4. Sorry. Problem 7, my y-intercept is at 0, -3. So I go down 3 on the y-axis and draw a point. My slope is up 1/3. So I will go up 1/3, up 1/3, up 1/3. And I can connect my line. My x-intercept and 0 cannot be seen until I graph. And it crosses at the point 9, 0. So my 0 is 9. And then problem 8, my y-intercept is 0, 2, so I go up 2 on the y-axis. My slope is -2, so I go down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, just a couple of times, and draw my line. And then it crosses the x-axis at 1, 0, so my 0 is 1. Remember, if you have a slope that is a whole number, like -2, whole numbers are always over 1. So even if you can't see it, it is there, and you need to make sure to include it. And then page 3, more graphing. This time, I'm given a point and a slope, so I can go ahead and plug into point slope. Now, I can just plot the point -2, 5. So I plot the point first. Then I use my slope to go down 1, right 4. Down 1, right 4. Down 1, right 4. Okay, so my y-intercept, I'm not the best line drawer. But if I really connected those, my y-intercept can now be seen at about 4.5. My slope was given to me. And the x-intercept is going to be somewhere out here, so we're just going to put question marks because we cannot see it. Now my equation in point slope form, remember point slope is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So I'm plugging in y1, which is 5, m, which is -1/4, and x, which is -2. Remember, this is minus -2, which 2 negatives make a positive. Problem 10 is going to follow the same steps. We have the point 2, 6. That slope goes up 3, right 1. We can also go down 3, left 1 a couple times. So remember, we have to keep it consistent, but this way we can see the rest of the line. From this, I can see that my y-intercept and my x-intercept are both at the origin of 0, 0. And my slope was given to me. So my equation in point slope form is y minus y from the point equals mx minus x from the point. So I'm plugging in all that information they gave me. Problem 11 asked me to use a graph to the right to identify. So I have my x-intercept at the point 3, 0, which means my 0 is at 3. My y-intercept goes up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. My slope from point to point goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right 3. So my slope is -5/3. Oh, I'm so sorry, I wrote that y-intercept incorrectly. Why you know it erase? Okay. So my equation is going to be -5/3 x +3.